Welcome to week 1. To have a fundamental understanding of international business, we are introduced to the topic of globalization. So, what is globalization? One simplistic way of understanding globalization is to imagine the extent to which you, as a consumer, may have engaged in some global activities just today alone. You may have driven your European-made BMW to work, stopped by Starbucks for Italian latte, picked up your Korean-made suits from the dry cleaners on Van Buren Boulevard on your way home, and called your child's soccer coach using your Samsung cell phone. Looking at these activities, you have already done some business internationally without leaving your country or even your city. You can see that the world is becoming a global village. So what then is globalization? Globalization is the shift toward a more integrated and interdependent world economy. Globalization of markets. With globalization, we are beginning to see that the world economy is becoming more integrated and interdependent. Therefore, we can no longer talk about the Italian market or the German market or the American market, but rather the margin of historically distinct economies, which we call globalization of markets. What is globalization of production? One important terminology that we should be familiar with is the globalization of production. This simply means that multinational companies source goods and services from and to different locations of the world to take advantage of national differences in the cost and quality of factors of production. The benefits are: A, companies can reduce the cost of production, and B, improve product quality. What are the main drivers of globalization? There are several main drivers of globalization, but we'll touch briefly on 2 of them. First, within the past decades, we have seen significant reduction in trade barriers among countries, opening doors to free trade. Regional economic integration bodies like NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement, is an example. Second, changes in technology. Have also facilitated communication around the world, reducing the cost of production. Let us now go to chapter 2 of the book, National Differences in Political, Economic, and Legal Systems. In this second chapter, I would like to define 3 important terminologies, mainly individualism, collectivism, and totalitarianism, considering their importance in shaping economic and political landscapes of different countries. Kindly endeavor to read the entire chapter for a better understanding of the underlying concepts. What is individualism? Individualism is defined as the ideology that an individual should have freedom in his or her political pursuits. In other words, for example, the US and Europe and countries where individualism is seen, and other countries where free trade or free market economies exist. The ideology can be traced back to the great philosopher Aristotle. Collectivism. Collectivism, on the contrary, emphasizes the dominance of collective goals over individual or primary pursuits. In other words, what benefits the society as a whole is more important than the economic interests of a single individual. In collectivist environments, the important question is, what is the common good? Countries that practice collectivism are mainly communist countries like Cuba. This ideology can be traced back to the socialist Karl Marx and the Greek philosopher Plato. What is totalitarianism? Totalitarianism is a form of government in which one person or political party exercises absolute control over all spheres of human life, and opposing political parties are prohibited. An example is the government by the use of Sharia law in some Islamic countries. Please note the following. Review the syllabus carefully to familiarize yourself with the dates of the assignments. Also, make sure you are bringing in knowledge of the concepts in the discussion forums. The pretest is not graded, however, the post-test, which you will take at the end of the course, is. The McGraw-Hill Connect quizzes and exams and enlistment exercises are timed and should be advisably taken at a sitting. Good luck in the course. Should you need to contact me, my contact information is on the first page of the syllabus.